So this is a review of division of rational numbers. So we're going to go over two methods that you can use, and again focus on using our integers and our fraction rules for this. So method one is find a common denominator and then you can divide the numerators. So for example, if we make common denominators with 5 and 8, our common denominator would be 40. So I'm going to times this one by 8, this fraction by 5. I get negative 32 over 40 divided by 35 over 40. So I end up just dividing the tops together, meaning it would end up being negative 32 divided by 35, which we would write as negative 32 over 35. So that is one method. We'll do a couple more examples. Common denominator on the top one here would be 21, so I need to multiply this one by 3. So I end up getting negative 18 over 21 divided by 17 over 21. My solution, negative 18 divided by 17. Or that also equals negative 1 and 1/17. The bottom question here, we need to change them to improper fractions first. This ends up being negative 13 over 6 divided by negative 5 over 3. So my common denominator would be 6. So let's multiply this by 2. I get negative 13 over 6 divided by negative 10 over 6. Negative divided by a negative is going to end up being a positive. So it's going to be 13 over 10, or the same as 1 3/10. So that's one way of doing it. The more common way of doing it is to do something called multiply by the reciprocal. To find the reciprocal of a fraction, all you have to do is flip it. So the reciprocal of 2/7 is 7 over 2. So we just flip the fraction. So what our method is we're going to change it from a division to a multiplication question, but that means that you have to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So we change this to negative 3/8. The first fraction always remains the same, multiplied by the flip of the previous one. Now at this point, after you make it a multiplication question, you can use the canceling method to do your multiplication. It's no longer a division question. So 2 would go into the top and the bottom. So if we divided 8 by 2, you'd get 4. If you divided 6 by 2, you'd get 3. Now I'm just multiplying. So negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. 4 times 5 is 20. So that is what you would get. Okay, next example. This is a improper fraction or mixed number divided by another mixed number. So what they did was change it to a improper fractions. Okay, they changed it to multiply right here with the brackets and flipped from negative 10 over 3 to negative 3 over 10. Then they multiplied straight across and made it back into a mixed number. Let's do another example here. So change them to improper fractions. So this would be 11 quarters divided by 13 thirds. Okay, I can keep that one the same, but change the other one. I can't cancel anything, so I'm going to just multiply straight across. This gives me 33 over 52. one more example here. Negative 1/8. I'm just going to change it to a multiply. The negative stays there, but I got to flip that fraction. Can't cancel anything, so multiply straight across. I would get a positive 5/72. If you want a little bit of a challenge, you can try this question.